Great seeing you here again. My name is Luc de Koster, founder of the Koster Academy. We're still talking about the PMBOK 7th edition, Tailoring Models, Methods and Artifacts. We're talking about models, methods and artifacts, and in this specific video we'll be looking at data gathering and analysis methods, but we will be concentrating on quality-related methods. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. So let's have a look at the first element. The first method is a check sheet. And a check sheet is also referred to as a tally. It's one of the 7 basic quality tools, and it's used to identify the different problems that may exist. Here we see a number of defects that occur on different dates, and we just put a number there, we just put a line to count what those defects are. And we will use that later for further analysis. Another element related to quality is what we call the cost of quality. Quality is not for free, and we must consider the cost to implement a good quality system and assess its efficiency. Bad quality will lead to costs due to non-conformance. So let's have a look at those different elements. The cost of quality or the cost of conformance is based on 2 parameters. We have prevention and appraisal. Prevention is about making a quality product. For that, we need to train the people. We need process documentation. We have to select different equipments, and we need the time to do it right. On the other hand, we have appraisal. Here we assess the quality. We test. We can do destructive sampling, non-destructive sampling, and inspections. Preventions we do before we start working, and appraisals is a posteriori. So it's better to prevent the quality issues so that we later will not have so many issues when we assess the quality. When we look at the cost of non-conformance, here we have elements like internal failure. We found it by the product in the project. We see it there. We find the different elements, but it leads to rework and scrapping. External failure is worse because it's found by the customer, and it will lead to liabilities, warranty work, loss of business, and loss of reputation. Those are all very important elements that we have to exclude from whatever is happening on the project. The next element that we can consider when we are looking at quality, and it's also part of statistics, is what we call a regression analysis. We try to evaluate a set of input and output variables to identify relationships between the two. Here is an example of a linear regression, which is called the least square methods. These are very popular methods that you can use. And you can use this, or you can start, for example, from a scatter chart. And a nice example is the combination between operating speed and the precision of an operation, or the error rate. We know that when we work faster, we will have less precision, but we also will have a higher number of issues that we have to resolve later. Regression analysis can identify different relationships between parameters. They can give us a mathematical formula, but we also have to question, is there a causal relationship? It's not because we find a relationship between 2 parameters. It may be by accident. We have to really understand, is there a causal relationship between the 2? Another element which has become very popular when we started working with Kaizen and quality and just in time, it's what we call value stream mapping. It was typically developed in the Kaizen methodology, and it provides a detailed overview of the parts in the process which add value and the parts which do not add value. Now, the technique is used to document, analyze, and improve the flow of information or materials required to produce a product or a service. A value stream map can look at this. First of all, we have a first operation. We cut a part of metal from a cylinder and treat the surface. Then we have a first part, we added value. Now we store that part waiting for a next operation. Here we don't add value, but it means that we're moving it somewhere. There's something can happen with it. So this is a non-value adding step. Then we move it back and we add an opening and a thread for adding screws on the part. So here we are improving the element that we have. We are adding value. We put it again in store to wait for the next operation. Again, no value is added. And we continue like this. We find in blue the value adding steps and in orange the non-value adding steps. So value strip mapping will provide to you where do you find the parts in a process that add value to the operation and the parts that do not add value. And it gives you the possibilities to remove the or reduce the non-value added. Let's have a look where we use these different elements in the different performance domains. Now the check sheet or tally typically in delivery and measurements. Cost of quality also in planning, delivery and measurement. Regression analysis typically in planning and in measurement. And value stream mapping in planning, project work and delivery. So that was it for this video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye-bye.